Hi, it's Tyron here. Quick weekly market analysis and update for this week. I had another stop out, but I'll go into that in a moment. Sorry about all these lines. It was I was showing someone on Skype some advanced stuff to do with ranging and the balance of price. Basically, it's the study of supply and demand. I go into that in quite some detail, but I'll do some videos on that another time. I've only literally got about 5 or 10 minutes to get through this. The Aussie CAD range bound market. I'm not even going to talk about going long and short range bound. Probably will apply a bit of that to this this year sometime if there's a really good opportunity. Low risk, high reward. Monthly's range bound on this Aussie Swiss, Aussie yen uptrend. Now we're getting right to the end of the month. A few more days. It's the 29th now, isn't it? Monday. By the Wednesday, the candle on the month will close. And what we might have here is a bit of a rally here, a base and a rally, a continuation. Having said that, we could be looking at the balance here. Price is kind of not pushed up any higher at the moment. Pulled back. We could be, by the amount of candles, if I had 2 candles up, I would have needed a base plus 2 candles down. We've had it here, and price is now pushing up. So I'm expecting that this is just a bit of a rally, a base, and a rally. So I'm looking at, if it doesn't take this area out next month or two, or really the next month, this could be a range-bound market coming down to this area for potential long anyway to go up. Okay, I'm not going to talk about that now. I haven't got the time. So basically, it could be a rally, a base, a rally. And I was looking at, if the way price hasn't closed any higher, I don't want to be using this as a monthly level, but it is the extreme of this weekly bar this week. Okay, so it's kind of a weekly / monthly. So my stops below here, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks up, 3 weeks in the base. I can have maybe another week in the base, but ideally now 4 weeks down to make an entry, or the daily will get in sync with this monthly, the weekly, and I'll close above and maybe look for pullback on the daily. Aussie dollar, same thing, we're pushing up. If I look at the pattern though here, we've only had like on average 2 candles up, 2 down. We've had this balance here, the price is now pushing up, and we're getting to this. I just want to point this out, this level right here. I'm just going to put the high of this level. So you know, the big picture, this is what I'm looking at, is that we've had a big move down, a bit of a base. Potentially it could be just a drop base drop, okay, or we could be starting to roll over. It doesn't look like the nicest pattern to roll over, but that's what could be happening. So we end up with some kind of movements up over the next few months. So that's all I'm leaning on. Longs, we're looking at weekly, looking at daily, not a close above, so this isn't a daily level. I'm waiting for that close above on the daily. Range bound on the CAD Swiss, I was in that. Well, I'm actually in this on my one of my accounts, because I'm looking to get a target down this area. I just wanted to point that out. CAD yen, I'm not going to talk about this. This is someone I was talking about, the how you look for momentum and the different balance of supply and demand. But basically, again, this is look like this could be arranging, and the reason why, and let me just clean this up. The reason why is we've had some big move up, almost 50% retracement, another big move up, a retracement, and now getting near the end of the month, we're not closing above this candle mainly. You know, it looks like we're just in some kind of big basing area, which is a range bound on the weekly. And with this week here, and this monthly demand level, rally, base, rally, close above. So this is an area that we've bounced from, and now we're not taking the high out. So the pattern, if you think about it, and I really want to go into detail here, we've got 1 candle up. If you look at this extreme point, you could say 2 candles up. I needed 2 down at a maximum, really strong moves down to move, and then we've got it here, pivot, some prices moving up, and now we're coming to the end of the month, we haven't got this close above. So it's already a rally no close above yet, but a base, so it could potentially still open next month, drop a bit and rally, or it's just going to be on a range bound market for a little bit on this monthly. Okay, either way, I'm only looking for longs, and the reason why, the momentum is to the upside, but what's happened in the short term right here is we're definitely 50-50 at the moment because of that time. Pretty much the way or the time now, we've had 2 weeks down, sorry, 2 months down and 2 months up, but we've not closed above. It's not continued closing above. Okay, and also the order I did have here, because I need to make entry before the end of the month, but look, I've had 3 weeks up, 3 weeks down. It's not reached this area. If it's going to turn, it's going to turn now. What this means is a rally, a bit of a base on this monthly, and then a strong rally out of here, because that is the general direction, the general momentum. The trend line is like this. Look, this is just momentum. I'm not necessarily going with a trend line touch, but this is why it could hit this area and bounce or reverse. So we're on a 50-50 area at the moment, and I'd like to say that we've just pulled back a little bit for continuation, but I don't know. It's not looking strong on the monthly. So what I'm going to do is, if this is going to really push from here, I need to see a strong reaction this week, really, either this week or next week, which will be beginning of the next month, where we have maybe a little bit of a pullback. Might have a pullback, a wick. I need some wick definitely on the weekly. If we start closing below, I could say that this is probably going to be range bound. So I'm looking for some strong reaction, so maybe a dip into here and a strong reaction, but it's not, you know, like I said, the balance is getting more 50-50 on that bigger time frame on this area here. So the transition of momentum is already happening, and kind of need a miracle now for that to keep that momentum going to the upside, but it could happen. Range bound, nothing we can do on this. Euro Aussie, yeah, we've got one. This is the level here, because it's closed not above this wick, so this is the level. 1, 2, 3. Few months to drop. I'm going to put an order here, but what I do need to see is a close below this month. So I need a quick push down the next few days below this pivot, no, below this sort of area here. If we get a close below there, then this is on for a long in this area. If not, then it's a kind of a drop base drop. I'm not really going to be interested. Euro CAD, 2 weeks, 2 months up, pause, 1 month down. It's already reacted to the upside. This is a monthly level, because this little level here was taken out. So I've got 1, 2, 3 up, a weekly level, sorry. I'm looking for 3 weeks back down, more like a range bound on the weekly, because we're not close above this pivot high here, but perfect. This is, you know, got range bound market in the direction of the monthly, at the extreme of the weekly, if the timing's right. Yeah, fantastic. Euro Swiss, not really been closing on the monthly here. See, no monthly close against each candle before it. So this could be, this is a fantastic setup for counter trend trading, by the way, but I'm not going to do it. Nice monthly level, nice daily level. Look for the pullbacks. Daily level on top of a level, which is, sorry, a weekly level, not monthly, weekly level. I'm rushing here, so excuse me if I'm getting my weeklies and monthlies mixed up. Monthly range bound, not interested. Euro Yen, closed above here. Looking for a pullback still. I've got a couple of months still to pull back into this area. The weekly's had its pullback. Not really too interested now. I do need to be in this area with the daily now, to kind of look for longs, because we're not in sync with the weekly now. We had 1, 2, 3, 1 range. No, actually, no, we could. I just want to see really close above all this high now, not just this level. This is the area on the weekly. I'll do it on the daily. I want to see closes above here on my daily candlesticks with some demand level before I start going long. Okay, or I need to be right the way down in this area on the monthly, because the monthly is saying this is fine, let's get lower. A high chance here, high probability with the next few months, but the weekly is all out of sync. Okay, we've been here too long. Euro New Zealand, again, try and ignore the rest of this, but we've got these little levels here, rally base rally. We've got another pullback to still, but if this doesn't close below here, this gets cancelled. Okay, however, once the weekly gets in sync, then I'll be starting to look for longs. Euro New Zealand, sorry, the Euro dollar. Look at it's going to be closing up here, but the weekly's already closed, so I can go long on the weekly. I've got a daily level here, 1, 2, 3 up. We've had 2, possibly today could be a pause, so I've got by Wednesday to make an entry if it drops quickly. But I've basically combined the daily and the weekly, so I've got quite a lot of pips here. All I've done is combined the level now, because it is a daily and a weekly area. So I've got 100 odd pips there, so my risk is high. Now if we start to base here and don't make entry this week, and we have a pause up here on the weekly, then I can take it the following week, but I will just reduce the risk, so I've got a higher reward. Pound yen, look at this, hopefully this will close above. That's what I'm hoping, because this will be a level. It's not a level yet, but if it closes above, just getting in advanced here, if it closes above, then I can start to look for longs in this area. Any daily levels of demand in that area, because the weekly is still up, but it's not really giving me any good solid levels on the weekly, so I want to make sure I'm in that monthly area for the daily, or we break higher. Nice close here, look at fantastic level, nice weekly level here, nice daily level. This is not a level, I thought it was, but I looked at it in detail. That's why it's enlarged. This is closed above this, so this is a rally continuation. This is more like a 240 minute, but it's not a daily level. So we've got three days up, 2 days in the base. Maybe we can have one extra one here because of the strong move up. 3 days up, and then basically 3 days down. New Zealand dollar, a range bound market, not going to go into that. Dollar CAD, monthly's down, weekly drop, base drop, weekly's down, nice level here. No monthly level here until we close lower. This is no longer a level anyway, because we're outside of the timing, so there is no monthly level, but we are down, definitely. The reaction has already happened. The weekly showing us that, and just waiting for a daily close below to maybe get on with the daily. And look at this monthly. I wanted to get a pullback and get in this. It's starting to break. If this closes below, good chance that this is now rolling over, that I was saying a week or two ago. But we've got a level here on the let's go back to the daily. I was looking into that a bit more detail, because you might end up 240 and 60-minute levels, but we've got to be careful because of the way the pattern is. It could have a bounce back to reach for these entries. So I've got a daily level, I've got a weekly level at the moment. Just again, the market timing, the amount of candles that come up. I'm not going to keep going over that. Another completely different strategy here, but I'm not looking at this at the moment with this strategy. Dollar monthly, potential. There's lots that can happen here, by the way. But anyway, that is it on the dollar yen, and this is the monthly pattern. That won't even go into that. Right, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and yeah, safe trading.